You're going to judge me, but it's fine. I'm used to that.
Always. Welcome to 5-3 Podcast. I'm Doria, joined by my former co-worker turned co-host, Brittany.
Hi.
Hey, Brittany. What is this, episode 12? This is episode 12. Yes,
That's my lucky number.
12. Oh, I love that. Well, this will be a good episode in that case. We skipped last week, took a break, reset, because life has been throwing a lot at us, but here we are, back and better than ever.
It's good to be back. It's good to be back.
It is. Well, what's going on with you since we last recorded?
Great question. I did something a little crazy because you told me to.
Yeah, it also sounds on brand.
I can't let you down. I decided to remove all age restrictions from Hinge. Just, wild card. I had hit the bottom of the barrel. This isn't the first time it's happened. I have swiped through everyone that met my qualifications, filters, whatever you want to call them. Qualification sounds terrible.
No, I think that's pretty on brand.
Yeah, just, it's bad when you get to this. It's like a pool floaty that's just like, well, the pool's empty. I'm like, thanks. Yeah, it's rough. So per your suggestion, I was like, let's just pull all filters. Let's see what we get. Never again. Never.
Well, it didn't disappoint.
I don't know, man. You're right. I guess the 26-year-old that wants to commit tax fraud with me is really sweet.
It went from Hinge to unhinged real quick.
Oh, yeah. The sweet 65-year-old man
yes,
who asked me where I live.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That's not good. Can you tell me exactly where you're located, ma'am?
But what's confusing, I don't know if he meant my physical address or if he meant what city, because it tells you what city, you set it to your own city preference.
Right. So, yeah. Well, again, unhinged.
It is. It's rough. I was talking to my therapist last week and I'm like, you know what? I think I think I've mentioned this to you before, but I'm really into my yard right now and rehabbing my lawn and my tree. I've planted a bunch of rose bushes. It's great. I think I need to retire from dating for the season. And I feel good about that choice. My therapist was like, oh, that's a really great call. I love this for you. It's like, it just, people are really sensitive and male egos they don't handle it well when they say, can I take you out? Do you want to hang out? Do you want to go to dinner? And you say, I have to mow my lawn.
That's a new I've got a headache.
It is, but I'm like,
I love it.
I live in a rainy area, man. I have to get that seed down. I have to get my topsoil open. It is a process. But it was cute. My therapist was like, I love that. So are you pausing the dating apps? Are you deleting them? What's your plan there? I'm like, absolutely not. You know how much swiping I've done already? I have filtered through so many people. I am not starting over. Absolutely not.
You're invested.
I'm not even invested at this point. I've done so much legwork to filter through what exists. I don't want to have to start from scratch and start reviewing those people again. Absolutely not. No, nobody has time for that.
Well, it makes sense, right? Also, I feel like in, what is it? What is the show? The show that everybody loves on Netflix.
Love is Blind?
No. The period.
Oh my God. Love
by
on
Shonda
the Spectrum. Oh,
no.
Bridgerton.
Okay. So in Bridgerton, they have seasons where people go out and mingle and essentially court, date, whatever, and then they retire between.
That's a thing?
Yeah, they literally go out for the season. I think it's during the summer or whatever, people go to the city, they go to London, they mingle, they try to find somebody. And if they don't, they're like, okay, next season, go about and live their lives.
I kind of love that concept, though.
I feel like it makes sense. Who has 365 days of giving a shit in them?
No, I also feel like, and I reposted this video the other day, this guy saying, women we don't want to date right now. And it's so true. And at one point,
the one that I sent you.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, you did send this to me. Of course you did. When he calls out, she doesn't want to hang out with you. She doesn't want you breathing in her space. Oh, I have literally had this conversation with my therapist where I'm like, I can't handle the thought of somebody in my bed breathing as I'm falling. I sleep in dead silence.
Interesting. And, I'm a white noise person. I cannot sleep inside. Oh no, hell no.
Yeah, I'm apparently one of the few people that I know that the way my bedroom's set up, the way it's converted, it is silent. You can hear a pin drop, and I love it. I've gotten feedback about that before. Apparently, it's a serial killer thing too. I'm like, but it's just I'm ready. You know what? We talked about safety. I am ready
Yeah.
if someone breaks into my house, right?
Yeah.
But like I can hear people breathe, and I'm like, ugh. No, no.
Is
Like
that
I
what
would
is it? Misophonia when people don't like people chewing, you don't like people breathing. I'm with you, by the way. Like I don't want to hear someone heavy breathe. I don't want to hear someone like mouth noises bother me.
no. But you know the
Mm,
the funny thing,
yeah.
I snore.
I was gonna say that, but that's kind of like when I say if my husband ever died or we got divorced, I would never date someone with kids. And people are like, that's so hypocritical. I'm like, no, that's knowing what I do and don't want.
Yeah,
I feel like you have to want it just because you yourself have it,
exactly. It's true. You
right?
know, like I'd be happy to sleep in separate rooms. Like I'm
That's
very
a real
open to that
thing.
concept. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. In my family, like when people hit a certain age
Mhm.
on my Asian side, like they sleep in separate rooms.
Which I don't like. I feel like it gets a bad
Space.
rap, but it's just
Oh.
the most important part of my
Mhm.
day is my sleep, right?
Mhm.
Like, arguably, it's one of the most important and valuable things for me. I
Mhm.
need to be well rested. And like, I
Mm.
sleep a certain way. I have certain pillows. I have blanket. Like, I have everything
Mhm.
coordinated. And I,
Yeah.
with exes, we had separate comforters. Like, we
Oh
had
my
earplugs. Like, we did the
yes.
whole
Yeah.
thing.
Okay, let's talk about separate comforters for a minute because there are cultures, I believe it's somewhere in Scandinavia where this is actually a thing
Mm,
where people don't share comforters. And my
good.
husband and I never have. Like we sleep in different textures, different temperatures. Like there is
Hmm.
no reason to force yourself to deal with someone who burritos themselves into a blanket and you have to fight over the so my husband's the burritoer.
Oh,
We have lived for almost 20 years with separate blankets, and I cannot tell
mhm.
you how successful that has been. There is
Oh,
no reason to force it.
no, 100%. I'm like 85% convinced my last relationship
Mhm,
lasted an extra 6 months
mhm.
because we got an extra comforter. Because
Oh,
I was notorious, was like, I like to have
10,000%.
the blanket
Yeah.
snuggled next to my face,
Yep.
and then I have to like have my arms in a certain position, and then I'll
Mhm,
casually roll.
mhm.
Like, it's a
Yeah,
thing, man. I am 100% the blanket hog, and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
part of who I am.
Again, I don't think we should force ourselves into these weird conventional ideas that we have to share certain things just
Mm-mm.
because you're partners. I really don't. Do what makes sense for you.
I think there's a statistic
1000%.
though on couples that don't share a bedroom. Like they have
Mm.
I think it's a lower divorce rate if I'm not
Makes
mistaken.
sense. Makes sense.
Be-
I think Heather Dubrow actually recently talked about this on a podcast. I saw a clip where she was talking about, I think it was like sleep divorce or something like that, where
Mhm.
people sleep in separate rooms, but they're still
Yeah.
married. They still engage in having
Mhm.
sex with each other and being intimate, but they sleep in separate rooms. And I'm
Mhm.
like, again, I grew up with that actually being the norm after a certain age
Yeah.
because my grandparents didn't want to disturb each other. One was a fitful sleeper, one was
Yep.
not.
It is.
My parents didn't share a room for most of my life.
To me, it's a courtesy. Like I'm doing you a
Mm.
favor. But I've had very serious discussions where people are
Mhm.
offended. They think it's incredibly rude. It's insensitive. They said it made them feel rejected. I'm like, it's nothing to like. I know that I am a nuisance when I am asleep a decent amount of
Mhm.
the time. Like
Mhm.
I'm trying to be respectful of you, but oh my god, there was one time. There was one time. There was always one
Yeah.
time with someone where I couldn't sleep. Like I've always had sleeping issues, and this
Same.
one particular night
Mhm.
I couldn't sleep, and I finally gave up. I was like, I'm going to my guest room. Like, I'm going to
Mhm.
sleep. I'm going to relax. Finally got comfortable, finally got into the right position, like,
Mhm.
started to slowly drift off. And then I just casually hear a little,
Oh, nope.
and I've never felt my blood boil
Mhm.
to where I like didn't move at first. I'm like, maybe they'll go away.
Mhm.
And I was like, no. And they're like, hey. I'm like,
Oh.
you got a death wish, buddy. They're like, are you coming to back to bed? I'm like, I'm
Mm-mm.
fine. Like, also,
Mm-mm.
if I had been asleep, why would you wake me up?
Right.
Period. That's
Exactly.
rude. And two, I was
100%.
like, I'm probably gonna stay here. And they're like, oh, is it me? Like they wanted to have a discussion. And I was
Mm-mm.
like, I'm having a really hard time falling
Nope.
asleep. Like, I'm just gonna stay here. And they're like,
Yep.
oh, I can just go home. I'm like, we're doing this. Like, and then the next morning it was a sad sparrow, as my mom likes to call it, just like, oh,
Oh,
I,
no,
I
no, no,
can't
no.
believe you. Like, you should have woken me up. I would have moved. I'm like, I couldn't physically sleep in the space I was in. I was uncomfortable. Like,
Right.
I didn't want to inconvenience you. I am being polite here.
Yep.
Nope, was a full on discussion, and ugh, I'm no.
I can't do the moping after. And again, like have the
It's not
conversation about
personal.
what you each yeah, but have the conversation about what you each need,
Yeah,
but don't make it personal when someone's like, "I need dead ass quiet to sleep," or "I need 60 degrees to sleep," and be like,
yeah.
"You're rejecting me." Like, has nothing to do with you. It's not always about you.
No, you're fine during the day. We can hang out during the
100%.
day, but when it's time for
100%.
bed, let me live. Otherwise, you're not gonna
Yep.
like me in the morning, and I'm gonna absolutely hate you in the morning. Like,
100%. Don't you want to keep the peace?
apparently not, man. It's just,
Nope.
and I get it. There's this like, oh, but I want to cuddle. I'm like, that's chill.
Eh,
But then I'm gonna go, or you can go. Like, if I need more
yeah.
space that night, I'm gonna go sleep in a space where I'm comfortable and it's quiet
Right.
and it is dead silent.
Yep.
Otherwise, forget it.
No.
Sleep respect, man. Sleep respect.
I think especially as you get older too, you become very attuned to what you need in your space for
Yeah.
work, for having a good time, for relaxing, for sleeping. And
Yep.
you shouldn't be ashamed of that. And I don't think you actually have to compromise on everything.
No, don't even get me started on compromising. I have been called some names
Mm.
because I have things I'm like, no, I need this to function.
I mean, I think there's a difference between like, hey, it would be nice if you helped with, I don't know, grocery shopping because I'm
Easy.
also busy and working and blah, 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 blah. But that's not the same as like, I need this in order to exist as a happy human being. And now I'm making it about myself instead of you when
Yeah.
you're telling me you need these things, you know?
Like personal space, time to reset. I need those
Yep.
things. Someone's
Yeah,
upset I
100%.
can't see them 5 days in a row. I'm like, I just, no,
I
thank
mean,
you.
I've already talked about the fact that when I know that you've seen the same person a couple times in a row and like gone out of the house with that person or even had them come over, I'm like, I can feel Brittany getting to a point from the other coast. I don't know if that person knows the danger they are in if they keep pushing for more time, but I'm here to see how it plays out. And I'll even send you a message. I'm like, how you doing there?
You
How's that
do.
going for
You're
you?
so good at it. You know me.
I can feel it. I can feel the tension building in your body from the other coast. Just
I
like it.
try.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't. But I warn them. Like, I will go into these things
That's
and be
fair.
like, heads up, I will get very burnt
Yep.
out.
Yep.
But
Yep.
nope. Mm-mm.
Mm.
But anyway, what have you been up to, Doria?
What have I been up to? I have been interviewing like crazy because I'm looking for the right new role at a company. And that has been both incredibly encouraging and also so deflating because this market is so crazy. But
Yeah.
whatever. What can you do, right? Like, how many times can you talk about yourself without going crazy?
Do
So
you
that's been
find
fun.
yourself kind of falling into a script where it's like,
Oh,
oh, so
yeah.
tell me about yourself, and you're like, I could do this with my eyes
Oh,
closed.
I have an elevator pitch of my entire career that I can do in under 90 seconds. Like and I get complimented on it because I've done it so many times and then I just add
Oh
to it with
yeah,
the newest thing, right? The hardest thing for me was actually explaining why I left my last company of my own
mm,
accord because people
yeah,
feel like it's like the friggin' mecca
yeah.
of whatever. So, yeah, it's going though. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I feel like that's the thing. People see a certain name or like certain brands, and they're like, "Well, why would you leave?" And I'm like, "You
Right.
clearly didn't work there."
100%, but it's like you're not gonna badmouth a previous
Oh, you
company,
absolutely can't.
and it wouldn't be appropriate because then they're like, "Oh, look at what they do when they leave a company." But at the same time, you're like, "So, how do I share that it wasn't an ideal environment for me, but I'm also not a quitter and I'm definitely of value and I was in demand and I left of my own accord in a market that's pretty crazy." But ultimately, it comes down to aligning with
Hmm.
my personal values and goals more than
Yeah.
anything. So, but
Yeah.
to kind of offset all of this crazy interviewing and just life in general, I have been engaging in some retail therapy
Love that for
and
you.
yes, did that earlier today. But my concern is that these absolute bullshit yo yoing tariffs are fucking up my shopping because
Yep.
I shop at a lot like, for me, I shop at a lot of Asian-owned stores, and they import directly, and I'm seeing empty shelves at some places, I'm seeing drastic price increases. Let me tell you, my skincare will literally be gone if this does not stop. And I take my skin very seriously. We do
Victoria.
not make good products in the US, okay? I don't want anyone to argue with me. We suck. We suck when it comes to skincare. Other countries do it so much better. And for me and my skincare, we need Asian skincare. So
I don't think I have any. I'm trying to think because Soasu, Korean, La Mer is French. I don't think Laneige is American.
No, it's Korean.
Okay. Trying to think what else. I think that's most of it.
Yeah.
I've really simplified who I'm using because I found that when you stick to the same brand for most of it,
oh yeah,
what a surprise! It all works so much better together.
Yeah, it's true. Actually, so I use one brand and I've used them for over a decade that is US based, but they import from overseas and they bring it over. And it's like single ingredient, just a few clean ingredients. I've got very sensitive skin. I've used them for forever. I love them, but it's only one part of my skincare. I would be at a loss without them, but it's the only one. And again, it is impacting them too. So it's like,
is this the one that you buy in bulk essentially? Like you have your back
in bulk.
That's,
Brittany, I look like I have a cosmetics store in my master bath. Like I literally have it lined up by product and by date of when I received it. So I front it. I've worked retail. Like I take the oldest one and I put it in the front. So it's the next one I grab. But yeah, I typically have like 2 or 3 containers of each thing.
I was like casually hoping you were going to say when you say you front it, you never take the one from the front. You always take one from the back because it's that whole concept of going to a store.
Oh no, that is so. I don't know if other cultures do this. Asian culture
100%
does it. Yeah, 100%. Like I train my husband not to do this. I'm like, you never take the one in the front. You pull from the back.
Yeah,
always.
People have touched it.
Yeah, 100%. Like
it's no,
it's used basically.
Yeah, it is.
Right in my mind,
manhandled
100%. So no, when I'm in a store, I never take the one in the front. But in my own home, I always make sure that it's lined up oldest to newest, front to back. That way, I'm not taking like the thing with the most recent or the furthest expiration date. So yeah, it's messing with my things. But I had a good retail therapy session today, and I had a good interview today. So I feel like I either made a great choice or a bad choice, but for the moment I felt joy, and that's all that matters.
For a second I was like, bad choice interviewing your retail therapy. Did you get anything good?
Oh, okay. So Brittany knows this, but I have an absolute addiction to 2 things, one being skincare and one being lip products. I could stock an entire cosmetic store with just lip products, to the point where I have actually accidentally bought duplicates unintentionally because I'm like, oh, that looks good. That color's great. Oh, I like that. And I get home and I'm like, what the fuck? I own this. And then I did it again. I had a very bad week. I did it 3 times in 1 week with 2 different products. I was like, okay, we are not well. We're talking about this in therapy. But I did. I got some lip products. I got some cute decor. What else did I get? I got some essentials, got some gifts because I've got a kiddo with a birthday coming up.
Wow, you really you went for it. I love this for you.
I did. I got a Murakami plush pin that I paid way too much for, but I love it. So yeah.
Retail therapy is, you saw my recent purchase. I am very
100%
recent purchase.
If you can afford it, like when you can responsibly, do it. Because like we were talking about earlier, money cannot buy you happiness, but it can buy you things that give you joy. I do believe that.
It can buy you $40 grass statues of dogs to put 100%.
It can also pay your bills and your insurance. So like money is essential. I hate when people demean it and they're like, money's not everything, or why are you looking for a new job? Could you imagine if we could just say, I'm actually looking to make more money to balance out the inflation? That's real.
Nice.
That's a real answer. But you know what? None of us can say it because we all play the game of money's not the most important thing.
No, but I mean, to be fair though, I will say when I took my current job, I'm making 27% less, which that hurts.
For sure, you feel it.
I feel valued. I have autonomy. The amount of decisions I make on a daily basis, even though I'm technically a title below where I was historically in my last few roles, like I have more autonomy. I'm making more decisions and I'm making less money, but I'm 100 times happier. So there are certain things, but let me tell you,
for sure,
there are days where I'm like, oh, but you know what I miss? Money.
Yep. Oh, so I was recently talking to a friend and he took a 50% pay cut, which is a lot. And at the time, he was like, "Oh, I'll just take this role. I'll do it for a few months while I'm still searching, and then I'll just slip into this other role, right? I
Yeah.
won't even put it on my LinkedIn." A year later, and constant applications and interviewing since, he
Mhm.
still has not received another offer. So he's like, "You know what? I'm happier, and I did the right thing for my family." And I'm like, "You know
Yeah.
what? I feel like we get caught in this right or wrong decision making pattern where it's like, is it the right choice? Is it the wrong choice? For so many things, it's not that binary. It's like based on the information I have, does this make sense for me right now? And based on
Yeah.
what I know of the future, then be at peace with it, right? Like
Yeah.
move forward, go with God,
Mhm.
and just be at peace. That's all you can do.
100%.
Yep.
100%. Although my favorite part of this though is I know there are people who are
Mm-hmm.
gossipy and just like
Mm-hmm.
she took a
Oh,
lower
you
job
oh,
title,
you
and
know
I
it.
know who some of these people are because I've seen them lurk on my LinkedIn. Hi, I see you.
Oh yeah.
Um
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's just like okay, also people gossip so much. Like this
So bad.
industry, like tech is so much smaller than people realize.
It's high school.
Yeah, and I don't know, I get a
Yeah.
kick out of it. I'm like, "Oh man, but I'm at peace. Life is good. Life
I
is
love
peaceful."
I feel the sharks are circling in on me because they're trying to figure out where I have gone or am going
Mhm.
next. And so you see those same people, people who you know do not have good intent
Mhm.
on your LinkedIn recently viewed, and you can see how they get to your profile if you've got LinkedIn Premium. And I'm like, I
Yep.
know what you're doing and I know where you're doing it. And I hope that you are grossly disappointed by the fact that there is no change right now on my
Mhm.
profile.
There was a point where I was like, "I think I'm just gonna purge my LinkedIn because I'm so happy with where I am." Like, I don't
Yep.
need to actively job hunt. I'm not trying to
Yep.
actively be recruited. I'm like, "What if I
Mm-hmm.
just purge it all? No one knows anything. I'm a
Mm.
ghost in the wind."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I just don't get me wrong, I like attention, I do.
I know.
But also, some people are just way too nosy, like,
For
"Damn."
sure. Right. And also it's the malintent of it all. It's like, what are you
Oh,
really
yeah.
getting out of this? You know what I
Oh,
mean?
they wanna judge the heck out of you.
Mhm. Mhm.
100%. They wanna feel like, oh, it's like when you break up with someone, they wanna
Oh,
think you won't
yeah.
do better than them, but I'm like,
Mhm.
"Oh, man.
Hold my beer.
Hold
Hold my
my
kombucha.
Coca-Cola."
Hold my matcha. Yeah, I don't drink beer.
Ugh.
But oh god, yeah, so that's what's going on with me. We are going to talk about The Last of Us though, which I
Mm.
feel like obviously so many people have had a reaction to this, but it's been mixed from what I've
Yeah,
seen of people I know and from what I've seen online. This is going to be a spoiler. If you have
yeah.
not watched the most recent episode of The Last of Us from the week of the 22nd, go away.
Just
You don't
turn
want to
around.
know. Yeah.
Go away, she
I mean, I'm
run.
being nice. Like
Save
run in
yourself,
the other direction because
honestly.
I hate when people ruin things for me and they don't
Yeah,
have a warning. So
yeah.
back away. But did you know that Joel was going to die? That he was going to be murdered in
Yeah,
that episode?
I
How did you
did.
find out?
So I didn't know it was gonna happen in this, like, episode 2.
Okay.
I knew he was gonna die, like,
Mhm.
familiar with the game, familiar with that concept, understand, like, knew what was gonna happen,
Yeah.
didn't know when,
Mhm.
was hoping it'd be a while, but
Mhm.
also knew, like, that's an important part of the storyline.
Right.
But I wasn't I wasn't ready, and the only reason I was somewhat braced for it
Mhm.
is because I had a lash appointment earlier in the day Sunday that started I'm on the West Coast, right?
Yeah.
And so my lash appointment was at 5, so I didn't get
Mm.
home until, like, 6:40ish that day,
Oh, okay.
and
You
so
saw
it
the
aired at
outrage?
6. Well, one of my friends posted and just said, "Oh my god, they did it," and
Oh,
then
so you knew.
didn't well, he didn't say what it was, and
Mm.
he just, like he there was so much shock, and I was like, "Oh, hell no," and, like, he posted a picture of somebody golfing, and I was like, "Oh, man, not
Yeah.
tonight." So, like, I braced for impact. Were
Yeah.
you ready for that? Did you think it'd be this soon?
So I didn't know. So my both of my kiddos played the game and know it really, really
Yeah.
well. And so they'd given us little spoilers here and there. We knew it was a possibility that they would potentially stick to the script and to the plot really
Yeah.
and do it. We we didn't watch it the night it aired, actually. We were watching something
Mhm.
else. We were watching old school Twin Peaks. But
You.
because we were watching that, we didn't watch it. I saw something on social media and it was like, I'm destroyed and, sending my letter to whoever for The Last
Mhm.
of Us. I'm like, oh, okay, they must have done it. And what I know of the show and the game is that the people who are diehard fans of the show, a lot of them seem to not love the casting for some of the main characters.
Mm.
Ellie being one of them. There's a lot of like back and forth, and Abby being another, where they look nothing like their actual original characters. right? So I think there's already a little bit of salt there. And so the fact they were going to take out Pedro Pascal, who like
Ugh, love of my life.
who he cannot do any wrong. Like
He's
Pedro Pascal,
perfect.
he
Have you
really genuinely
seen
is.
him in thigh-high boots, by the way?
Have I? I
Oh
don't
my god, this
remember.
is like his current thing. It
Oh,
keeps happening.
love it.
Brace yourself. It is a magnificent sight to be seen.
He is amazing. You cannot not love him.
Yeah.
And so to take him out of the show, and I was watching for him, to be very honest. Like the show is fine, the plot is fine, but I was watching for him because I think he's amazing.
Yeah.
And so to take him out, even if they do a bunch of retros, I am already not invested. I walk away from shows all the time. I can 100% do it and I sleep well at night. My kids actually refused to watch that episode because they knew it was coming and they're like, we don't like the rest of the cast, so we don't care to watch it play out in the show. We've already seen it in the game.
Yeah.
And then they filled us in on some other things that are coming. So I just feel like, I don't know. I think they're going to be the people that are diehards of the game who appreciate the fact that they took it in that direction, but maybe don't love the casting, who don't continue to watch. There'll be people who like the game, who can compartmentalize enough to like enjoy the casting in the show and be fine with it. And then I bet there are people who are like me who are just watching, honestly, for Pedro. And they're like, bye. See you later.
No, I feel like he can't be complete. Like, he's still one of the top. Oh, I know how to do this. Hold on.
Oh, you can see how many episodes he was in IMDb. Yeah.
I was going to go to Wikipedia.
Oh, I always go to IMDb and I see how many episodes they did for the season. And I'm like, oh, look at all those memories you're in after they kill you.
Okay, here we go. IMDb. Does it break it down by season? Oh, okay.
It should.
Here we go. Yeah, because this season's only 7 episodes.
Yeah, and it's already been 2.
Okay, I feel better. You should keep watching based off my research.
You know what? I don't want to see a bunch of retros of him, like memories of how they got to 5 years forward.
I don't know. It might be worth it. So, season 1. I liked-ish. I didn't go into it expecting to enjoy. Like, I don't like zombie end of the like. I don't.
I'm down for that. Apocalyptic, I Am Legend. 28 days. Like I can. No. 28 days.
Never seen it.
Later was.
I know. I love Cillian Murphy.
That's like our.
I know. Everyone talks about it.
Cillian Murphy.
You can do no wrong.
My husband. Listen, I will share him with you, but like 100%. When actually, he has a very lovely relationship and marriage, and
does he?
Good for him.
He's married.
Yeah, he like lives a real. This dude, I tell you, when he's so. Anyway, he lives a real life. He has a real family. He is an average person who surrounds himself with real people, except for when he films. And I respect that so much. It made me like him more. And I'm like, oh, now I feel badly because you actually have like a real life. Not just a celebrity faux relationship that's contractual.
He apparently DJs parties. It's like his thing for fun, but like little basic parties. That's so adorable.
I love it. I love how Irish he is too.
Oh my gosh.
So good. Talks about Ireland all the time. Where he's from.
I love that.
Me too. But
maybe that's
anyway.
what I should do. Maybe I should
lost my train of thought.
Well, like I'm going to adjust my Hinge filters to no longer have ages. I'm just going to focus on Ireland.
Yeah, there you go. Oh my gosh. Can we get you on 90 Day Fiancé? I am the one bullshit love show I will watch. 90 Day Fiancé from such an early, like from the beginning, from the very first time it aired, and 90 Day Fiancé the other way. Oh, I live for it. Although it's getting a little like not so fun now, but the original ones, so good. Can we get you on that?
We can try. They're doing Married at First Sight in Seattle. I think that's too much of a commitment. Like that to me is a little gimmicky.
Yeah.
Love is Blind, Chance for Romance.
Gimmicky. No, let's get you on 90 Day Fiancé. I want this is the way. You're gonna get your overseas chill dude.
But don't they send you people that are just like garbage humans though? Like there's usually, if I'm not mistaken, like a good person and a garbage human, and it's kind of like
so it's kind of cast that way that there's like the person.
So you're setting me up for failure?
I mean, what if you're the bad person? What if this person is so good it makes
Okay. I feel like a couple of people I know would probably agree with you on that one. I just think I'm avoided, but okay.
No, there have been
Wow.
some really good couples. Actually, the couples that stand out that make it from season to season are the good ones, and everybody knows who I'm talking about. Like, they are they are the fan favorites, and they go on to
Mhm.
be on, like, 2, 3 seasons because they're so good and people actually invest in their story. Yeah, it's not just, like, a one-season
So,
thing for some
oh,
people.
you stick around? I thought it was like you got married, get out of here.
So it used when it first aired, it was very much like, "Hey, we met each other and we're going through this 90-day fiancé K-1 visa situation," because it was originally, whatever, here. But then it turned into, okay, now it's people who are going overseas to meet with the person that they've been in long-term relationships with, usually for years
Interesting.
and years, right? Some of them are already married legally, which is interesting, and their families
Hmm.
don't know, but then they haven't actually dealt with the whole coming over to the US thing because that can be gnarly. And so they will follow people for years sometimes because they follow them through the relationship, not just through the marriage. It's actually pretty good.
Hmm.
I love it.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Huh.
watch it.
I'll add it to my list.
The
Like
after
there's
show is
no
not
good
good though.
reality shows out right now. Like
Mm,
I'm in this like weird reality lull.
yeah, yeah. But The Last of
Oh
Us.
yeah.
So Killian Murphy just set us off on a
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
other direction. But The Last of Us, I feel like, I don't know. Again, it was losing a little bit of steam for me in season 2. I didn't find the first episode to be that interesting, if I'm being really honest.
Yeah.
And the second episode was very unpleasant. So I am kind of not super invested.
I'm gonna stick with it for a couple more
Hmm.
episodes, but like we'll see.
Yeah.
Because I also feel like it's one of those shows it's like Game of Thrones to me, where once you've made
Mm,
it to a certain point, you just have to finish it. And you have no problem walking away. I'm like, I've made it this far. Game
no.
of Thrones was painstaking for me. I
Mm.
had to
Oh, for
watch,
everybody.
it took me 3 seasons, and I
Yeah.
kept watching because everyone kept saying, get to season 3, get to the Red
So
Wedding.
you didn't like season 1?
No, it was,
Had
oh
you
my
read the books? Because I
God.
actually read the books way before
Mm,
that came out, and for me, it was actually hard because the books, in my opinion, are so much better, and the characters
yeah.
are actually very inherently different than the show in many ways.
Nope. The only reason
Mm,
I survived was it season 1 was because of Jason Momoa. Was he season 1, season 2? He
I
got
don't
me
even
through
remember.
it. And Kit Harington.
Oh, Kit
Like I
Harington.
guess he's
Mhm.
handsome, handsome man, handsome man.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
Married one of his co-stars.
yeah, he married the wildling. He
Yep, which I
married
loved.
the cutest thing. What I did
So
not
cute.
like
Yeah.
was how he ignored his pupper at the end when he was taken off, and they had to. Rumor has it, people were so upset about it, they had to CGI edit the next episode to give him a goodbye scene where he's saying goodbye to his dog, to his little dire wolf.
Mm,
And I was like,
interesting.
yeah,
Interesting.
spicy. But back to The
Yeah.
Last of Us, like
Mm,
I've made it this far, right? And so they're
mhm.
comparing episode 2 to the Red Wedding, where
Mhm.
it's just this like big game changing
Oh,
episode where you didn't see it coming, but it pretty
but we
much
did see it
sets.
coming.
Well, we know because you played the game, right? Like other people who
Right.
were watching it, or similarly with Game of Thrones, like if you
Yeah,
read
with
the
the
book,
book.
you knew it was coming, right? Like,
Yeah.
um, I think that's kind of the way people are looking at it. But
Mhm.
oh man, the internet is. What
Ooh.
was cute though
Hmm.
was Pedro Pascal posted a picture of him and Caitlin Denver on
Mhm.
Instagram hugging her, and I was just like, "You're
That's
holding
sweet.
your murderer," but it was also just
Because
the
he's lovely.
sweetest. He's
Yeah,
just he's a
he
sweet baby
is.
angel man.
He really is. What is it? Whatever burden of whatever talent. I can't remember. The one he did with Nicolas Cage. What is that?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Where it's all about Nicolas Cage being Nicolas Cage.
Oh my gosh. So good. His range of talent is
Oh yeah.
amazing.
And
So
hello,
good.
Mandalorian. He's
Oh yeah, yeah,
Mando.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Love it.
he is. He's got a great voice too.
He
Just
does have a
very
good
like
voice. Yeah.
he's a man is the
He
best way I can describe it. Like
I love
everything
that.
about him is like I'm like, ooh, I bet he can use a hammer. Like
If your Hinge
so,
profile is not like, what am I looking for? A man
no. But
who
I
can
also
give me my lorazepam.
I think the funny thing is like I own a full array of power tools that I actually know how to use. So like
Yeah.
that is not like that's a poor definition of a man if I'm like you can use a hammer. But like
Mm.
I don't
You
know how
want
else
a
to describe
capable
him.
person.
I mean that's a bare minimum.
Wow. Well, I mean, that's kind of hard to find right now.
Oh god.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not invested in any of the characters. Like I don't really care about Ellie. Maybe other people do. I don't care about Dina. I don't care about their storyline. Honestly, the couple that they killed in season 1, like, I could
Mm,
have watched an entire season of just them, like,
yeah.
just their story. I could have watched a spinoff on them. Every minute of their lives together, 100%. I love them. To me, they were like the up couple. It was so
Mm,
good. It was
uh,
so good. Are you
it,
invested in any of the other characters?
no.
Then why?
Like, and I think that's
How do you
part of it
watch?
because I started Dora. Like,
Ah,
I need to know how things end. With the exception, I guess this isn't always true because Succession, I started and I was like, ugh,
Oh, see, I
I
finished
never finished
Succession
it.
and there were hard parts, but it was worth it.
I watched the last episode. I'm like, yeah, it makes
Oh, you
sense.
can skip ahead. See, I can't do I gotta watch all the way.
That's
Otherwise I
fair.
can't do it. Yeah, that's too much
Uh,
for me. I don't know.
there, I don't know. I feel like with The Last of Us, yeah, it's the apocalyptic zombie thing. It's not my vibe,
Hmm.
but I feel like I owe it to Pedro to just to see how they
Do
do
it for
him right.
Pedro.
Yeah.
No. So again, I'm not invested in any of the characters or any of the plot lines. I didn't play the game, so I don't have any sort of draw to it for that reason. And I don't know. Okay, Game of Thrones is a good example, right? Because there was a book, some of us knew it was going to happen,
Hmm.
but to me, Game of Thrones was done on such a grand scale
Hmm.
and it was its own world that you could get sucked into that aspect of it even if you
Yeah.
didn't have the context of the book. The Last of Us, because it is a common theme, right? Apocalyptic zombies. Granted, they're fungi, but still, you know what I mean? To me, it's like you have to have some other draw. You have to be different. You have to
Yeah.
move quickly too. And I don't know. It was a little slow for me. The first episode, second episode was kind of slow as well for me, but then also ended in something that I didn't want to have happen. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not even interested in his brother and his family,
Mm.
the town. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't be invested.
I feel like they really didn't set up their line of defense in an ideal way.
Mhm.
I had a lot of
Mhm.
thoughts. Like somehow that was the scene, aside from like the heartbreaking scene where I felt the most emotions, where I felt the most anger.
Oh
Where I'm like, this
yeah.
is how you're really, this is what you're doing. And they run away from the giant thing running towards them. They're like, they're gonna breach. Run away. I'm like,
Yeah.
why are you not staffing people? Staffing is apparently the word I would use to like prepare for this thing. And if you see this
Mm.
giant thing running at you, why are
Mhm.
you not targeting it? Like,
Yeah.
you have flamethrowers. Why are you not flamethrowing down? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I agree. I felt the same rage. I was like, "Why are you so underprepared for something that you knew was inevitable?" That
Yeah,
to me seems strange, you know?
but they didn't know the giant thing was there.
But they've seen the giant thing before.
Had they?
Yeah, that massive fungi that happens
Yeah.
when they sit sedentary together for too long. Yeah, 100%. It was in
Oh,
that big scene where it's like a juggernaut almost. That scene where they had all those fungi, zombie, whatever attacking them. They had one of those there too. That wasn't the first time we had
interesting.
seen it. Yeah, so I don't know. It
Hmm.
just I get sometimes it's the plot convenience of it all for me. It's like, okay, you
Yeah.
need to get from this point to this point. So you're going to conveniently make this thing happen. But realistically, for a town that's just set on trying to survive against those things, wouldn't
Yeah.
that be your everyday mission to set up your fortress essentially to be
Yeah.
impenetrable?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, Macaulay Culkin did better in Home Alone. Like, for real, like, where's the ice? Where's the friggin' swinging paint can into their faces? Like, none
Yeah.
of that. They were just like, hey guys, run into the courtyard and shoot them.
But also, can we talk about how the dogs were the
The dog.
heroes?
Okay. Actually, though, so we were talking about this. This is a very common game, like gamer trope, right?
Yeah.
Like if you think about like Call of Duty or other first person shooter games, the dogs do come in and they attack the zombies pretty frequently and are your saving grace. So that was actually kind of a cute nod to the
Hmm.
gaming world. I say this as someone who used to do LAN parties with my boyfriend and male friends
Cute.
back in the day.
Back
But
in the
no,
day.
that's like a common theme where they will
Mhm.
100% be the ones that come in and save you. And so I love that they did that. That was cute and nostalgic for me.
Are there? I played a lot of Call of Duty in college.
Mhm.
Like it was like it was my thing.
Mhm.
I don't remember dogs, but I was
There
trying
were
to.
were they jugger I can't remember. So there were dogs that had the vests on them, I believe, and one of them Medal of Honor also had a bunch of
That
dogs.
sounds.
Oh, what else was there? There were a few others, but that was
Yeah.
again during
No,
the
I know
Call of
dogs
Duty
are super.
days.
Yeah, no, dogs are super common.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. I know they exist. I'm just blanking on what they were. When I
I'm pretty
played
sure they
Call of
were.
Duty in college,
Yeah.
what was it? World at War. Like, there's
Mhm.
this whole thing where you're like running around this island and the dudes hide in trees with flamethrowers. When
Mhm.
I lived in LA, there was a freeway I would drive down, and there were like these massive oversized palm trees that looked
Mhm.
exactly like the ones in the game. And my
Mhm.
immediate thought every time by default, because I was so deep into it, was like, guy with the flamethrower is about to pop out. Like, he's coming. Like, this is
Oh my
it.
gosh, that's so
Every time.
funny.
It was so dumb. And I'm like
Yeah.
20, just like, it's going to happen. No, it's
So
not going to happen, but
I feel like
it
you and
can.
I are far enough apart in age that I was the LAN party generation, and you must have been playing online, right?
Oh, no. LAN parties were
Oh,
100% a
you were
thing
still doing
because
LAN
that was,
parties?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That was like the Counter Strike era.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a big thing. But in college, like, I didn't get super into
Mm.
gaming until college.
Okay.
But even then, I was still playing like Xbox. That was kind of my
I
go-to.
love that.
I
Oh,
so I bought a
so
PS5 to
good.
play the newer Call of
Mhm.
Duty,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
I'm garbage. I'm absolutely awful.
Okay, can we talk about the fact that back in the day, right, we had the original Xbox, we had the
Mhm.
original PlayStation,
Yeah,
all of that, and I feel like I was very good back then, and also we
yeah,
played on PCs too, right? Which that's a whole
yeah,
other thing.
yeah,
I cannot for the life of me get the response time that my kids can achieve, or even my
yeah.
younger siblings. I'm like, you guys have all played
Mhm.
so many games, and these controllers are so attuned to whatever your reaction time is. I actually have
Yeah.
to slow down my controller so that I'm not spinning in circles every time I go to look to the left. And I'm like, I am an old person here. Turn
Oh,
that
yeah.
sensitivity down to 4.
100%. But I had the same issue when I started
Hmm.
playing Call of Duty. I remember
Hmm.
getting nauseous. I'm like, I'm moving too much. My
Yes.
head is wobbly.
Yeah, you got to turn the sensitivity down.
Hated
I have to
it.
turn it way, way down.
So
Hmm.
I eventually got used to it back then. And so when I got the PlayStation, I was like, did this change? Is this just like, is it because it's a different system and I went from an
Yeah.
Xbox to this? It's like, this
Hmm.
is too, and I'm so uncoordinated. I'm like, where
Mm.
am I even going? And granted, it took me a
Hmm.
while to get really, like, to get decent, not even really good the first time around.
Yep.
But I think it's also the fact that it just takes so much time because I was gaming for like 6 to 8 hours on a Saturday if I had
Yep.
nothing else to do, you
Yep.
know?
Yep.
And now I'm like, you get 1 hour of my time, and all of these kids that are like literal 10-year-olds are just
Oh,
like,
mm-mm.
pew pew. I'm like,
Not only that, but like the shit talking is so
ah,
I'm sorry, when I
yeah,
was younger, like first of all, you're playing with friends, so you're only going to
yeah.
take it so far. We weren't playing with
Mm.
strangers in the beginning. And it just wasn't about that. It was more about the camaraderie of playing. Now,
Mm.
they're just taking you out left and right regardless of where you are, whether or not you're playing together, playing capture the flag, they'll still take you out. Like, what the heck is that? I'm like, "Oh, mm-mm.
I
No.
think
I
this
like
is
the teamwork
maybe
of it all."
I think this is where our generation gaps differ
Mm,
because
for
there was
sure.
so much shit talking when
Yeah.
I would like does it surprise you that I was like a big shit talker because I was usually
No.
the only girl playing
Same.
and I
Same.
was good.
Yep. Yep.
And so of course I took it upon myself to remind people that they just got killed, that they look like a little bitch that got killed by an actual bitch. It was like
That
I
is so
was
funny.
it was great. Those were the days, but
No.
like now they're just mean. Like
Oh,
you
and it's
barely,
bad.
but they're also campers. Like you respawn and they're like pew
Yes.
pew. I'm
Oh,
like, is
100%.
that
Campers
ethical?
are the no, no. There's you know what? We had rules of engagement back in our
Yeah.
day, and
Mm-mm.
they no longer there are no rules. It is a free
No.
for all. You know what else? Like I can tell when I play with my kids how we differ in our gameplay. My husband and I are very still much in that camaraderie spirit of like
Yeah.
we want to reach whatever destination, achieve
Yeah.
whatever, whatever. My kids are like, "Oh, okay, there's a thing here." And they're gone. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
Where did they go?" I'm like, "You took a warthog and like left me like here? What do I okay, I'm gonna go guess I'm gonna walk it from here." Like it's wild.
No.
Halo. I love have such a soft spot in my heart for
Yeah.
Halo. I actually beat it with my husband when I was pregnant with my first because I was on bed rest.
Yeah.
And then we continued to play after. And then
Mm.
eventually our kids played with us and everything. I think it's a great franchise. I
Oh yeah.
actually really like it. Medal of Honor 2. Medal of Honor. Oh God. Uh COD Zombies. I
Oh,
love COD
I
Zombies.
hated it.
Oh, I love it. We will do like family gaming where we'll get like
Yeah.
my sister and her husband
Yeah.
and other sister and her husband all playing together. And we have
Yeah.
like tactical plans on how to get through the town, back onto the bus. I love it. It's so
Oh,
good.
yeah, it was. I remember that was a big thing because that was part of, what was it, World at War. And so with Call of Duty, there were alternating companies that would make them. So there was Activision and Treyarch, depending
Mm.
on the year. And so Nazi zombies was a huge thing. Everyone loved it. And it was
Yeah.
fine.
It's
But
fine. It
it
wasn't my
just,
favorite.
yeah, I was like, but again, it goes back to The Last of Us. Like, the
Yeah.
zombie concept just,
Oh,
no.
see, I
Like,
like the
not,
zombie concept. It has to be
I'm
done
like,
well.
ooh, it was dead, but now it's alive. Ooh, spooky. I'm like,
Mm.
ghosts are scarier.
Yeah, they can be. Aren't they bringing back? So speaking of zombies, I Am Legend. Aren't they doing another one?
I would not be surprised. I know there's a new 28 Years Later coming
I am
out.
so excited for that. I will 100% be seeing it. But I'm pretty sure I heard that they were at least thinking about, if not planning to make an I Am Legend 2, and it was going to be like, hey, he didn't actually die. Like, if he didn't
Oh,
die, because there was an alternate ending in
hmm,
the original, it wasn't the primary one, but in it,
interesting.
he didn't die, I believe. And I think it picks up from there. It's like, what if he didn't die? What if they kept journeying on with this antidote? Like, what would that look like? I
Hmm.
will watch it.
Is that the one with Will Smith and the dog?
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't think I saw that one.
Oh, it's one of my favorites. It's devastating though with the dog, but it's
Oh, then
yeah.
you saying that, hell, like, that's on the
Well, I'm
list with
telling you
John
because I
Wick.
know that you'll care. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh gosh,
then
yeah.
it's never, no.
Oof.
Like, there's isthedogdie.com or whatever.
Mm,
And I'm
mhm.
like, absolutely not. You cannot put me through that emotional turmoil.
Yeah.
Heck no.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
What's a game you would want to see made into a show?
Ooh, that's a good question. I have one, but it's going to be
Okay.
weird because it's going to be a reality show.
Okay. I
So,
have a feeling I'm going to know what you're going to say, but say it and I'll see
what
if
do you
I'm
think
right.
I'm going to say?
Just say it.
Guitar Hero.
Oh, okay. Not where I thought
What
you were
did you
going.
think I was going to
Interesting.
say?
I thought you were going to say Sims because I feel like that could be a
Oh,
perfect
no.
reality show.
That would be, oh, I never got into The Sims.
Me neither. I
But
was like the OG
yeah.
Sims I played because it came out, whatever
Hmm.
time, but I never got into all the crap and the expansion packs and all the I have
Mm.
siblings who are super still
Oh.
into it actually.
Yeah, I think my
Yeah.
siblings are too. At least one of them
Hmm.
is.
I feel like that's that
Um,
generation.
but yeah, Guitar Hero, like, still
Hmm.
play Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero,
Okay.
unlike Call of Duty, I am still fantastic at. Like, a
That's so
year and a
funny.
half ago, I bought a PS2 from
Mhm.
Goodwill and
Mhm.
some extra controllers, like, went on a
Mhm.
mission to find the games, and like, I am still an expert at Guitar Hero.
Mhm.
I love it because I could never play the real guitar. I had a bass and I had a
There you
guitar
go.
at one point. I have very tiny hands and they just didn't move
Yep.
fast enough. But Guitar Hero, flawless to this day. So I want to see something around these like really awful musicians like playing their first show and just like gradually building themselves up. It would be really cute, but also really awful.
Interesting. Okay. I don't think I'll be watching that show, but I respect the fact that you want it.
Wow. Thanks for
I
okay.
can't that's like the Masked Singer. Like I don't care. I don't care who
The
it
first
is.
season was good,
Never
but
watched
after
it.
that.
I watched
So
American
I
Idol for like a couple seasons and then I was like, meh.
So Masked Singer, fun fact, the person who does all of their costumes,
Mm-hmm.
she's amazing. Her name is Marina. I know her. She used to live with
That's
one of my
awesome.
exes. Yeah, no, she's a fantastic designer.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's always been known for her elaborate
Mm-hmm.
designs. And so every time I see the Masked Singer, I'm just like in awe of everything that comes
Yeah.
out of that studio. It's phenomenal.
Absolutely. Huh. Interesting. I should have known actually, because I know you love Guitar Hero. I just couldn't see how it could be made into a show. But if you want to make it into a reality show, hey, pitch it.
Maybe it's not a reality show. Maybe it's just like, I don't know. I guess every show about up and coming musicians is basically Guitar Hero.
Yeah, I guess so.
I just want an excuse for Guitar Hero to make a comeback.
I know.
And be updated from not a PlayStation 2.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Hmm.
What about you?
Interesting. Oh gosh. I don't know. So I am so old that I am the classic Nintendo released when I was a child generation. And so I have a serious love for the Nintendo franchise. I don't know though if there's a show that could be done like an adult legitimate show that could be done from any of them. There are shows that I would totally probably watch like an episode of or two. Like Pikmin, I think is a great franchise that does not get enough attention, and that's a newer one. But in terms of like I played a lot of first person shooters outside of Nintendo. I don't know because they did a Halo one.
Yeah.
I don't think they've done any sort of COD stuff, but that's not, it's based on actual events. So it's like, how do
Yeah.
you, like, yeah, they could, but like, why would you do that? Because then you're just taking away from the actual historic events. I don't know if there is one that I would want to do. Maybe The Sims is the one that I would say, like, make it Love is Blind Sims edition. You build your crappy house, you get pissed off at each other for not doing the dishes or whatever the case is. I don't even know what it looks like anymore. Yeah, you throw your rave in your giant dungeon basement that you built. I don't know. Oh my gosh, have you seen the drama? I know this is deviating from what we're talking about, but the drama with Celebrity Big Brother UK right now,
Oh yeah, Mickey, what's his name? Mickey
Mickey
Rourke.
Rourke and JoJo Siwa.
Yeah.
Holy crap. But here's the thing. So I loved the original Big Brother. That original like first 6 plus maybe
Yeah.
7 seasons, so good. So good. Invested. But then they kind of went off the deep end and it became more and more like very specifically tailored to whatever. And then they did the celebrity version in the UK. And it is nothing like the original Big Brother franchise. It is very much just the Hot Mess Express.
Yeah.
And I can't get into that.
No. I don't think I've watched Big Brother since like the second season. This concept of putting celebrities in a house together.
Yep.
The problem I have with that is they're performers, they're entertainers. It's the same reason
100%.
I don't get news updates from very well-known podcasters that other people love. I'm like, their job is to entertain and to get views. Like,
Yeah.
they probably don't even believe half of what they believe.
Right.
And so these entertainers to me are these personas. It's not even a
Mhm.
real person.
Mhm.
And so of course they're going to be over the top and go out of their way to cause
For
a scene
sure.
because it drives up ratings.
Yeah. And they also pick people who are often controversial or they
Yeah.
know will deliver controversial content.
Yeah.
You know, and that on top of what we know about what they do during reality shows and tapings
Mhm.
kind of influence things. It's not appealing to me. And it doesn't have any of the elements of Big Brother to me at all.
Yeah.
I actually liked the strategy and the game playing in the original shows a lot. I liked the relationship building. I liked the twists and turns of like the underdog actually sometimes gaining so much influence because they played the game really well.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I miss that. If we can go back to the OG Big Brother days, I would 100% watch in a second. I wish they would do it. I don't want the All Stars to come back. I love them, but I don't want them to come back. I just want them to go back to the original format,
Yeah.
you know, where they're eating
Fun
oatmeal
days.
for a week because their team lost.
Oh, but that actually sounds kind of good. Like
I
I'd
think it
be
was
down for
what was it? Someone did the recipe. It was like oatmeal adjacent with like protein powder in it or something. Like it had to be dietarily fulfilling enough for them to meet all their needs, but it was also like slop. So yeah, I don't know. I love that show.
I just got 2 hinge likes. Should I open it up and
Yes,
do you
you
want to guess
should. Let's do
over
it.
or under?
I'm going to say one of
50?
each. I'm going to say
Ooh.
one over and one way under. That noise.
Oh, you can hear that?
Yes. That was a winner. Bachelor number 1.
Bachelor number 1 is 48.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
That's all he's got going for him.
There's so many exclamation marks on this profile. Every sentence ends in at least 5 exclamation marks.
But as someone who uses exclamation marks frequently, do you think maybe he matches your freak?
I never use more than 1. This is 5 in a row. Like,
okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, this is, oh, no. Okay, that's a no from me, Jason. Okay, next we have Jay, who is also 48.
Okay.
And wears those weird shoes that
the
look
foot,
like
the toe one.
Yeah, that's
how did I know it was going to be
immediate no.
Is he a climber? Is he a hiker?
He's a mountain
outdoorsy?
biker. He's, outdoorsy.
Yeah.
Yep, outdoorsy.
Mm-hmm. Probably meditates, goes to like a yoga retreat once a year, goes to Burning Man maybe.
I can, it doesn't seem like a Burning Man type, but apparently says he goes to the gym at 10 p.m. And I'm like,
okay,
I am in bed by 9 o'clock. Like,
it's not a match.
Oh, this is rough. This is bad. Oh God, I just need to turn that off. But I'm up against Doria. This is why I'm retired.
I think it's okay to be retired right now while the pool writes itself. Honestly, I don't know. People are wild.
Maybe I'm just holding out for Pedro Pascal since he's about to have a lot more free time.
Isn't he in a relationship?
No.
I thought he was.
I don't think so because he takes his sister to all of his events.
I mean, Ryan Gosling took his mom.
Because his wife didn't want to be involved. Well, his whole thing was she didn't want any of the attention.
Yeah,
like
whatever.
His wife is, she's great. Is Pedro Pascal in a relationship? Thank you. It's like the second Google. No, he is not publicly known. But he has. There have been dating rumors about Jennifer Aniston.
Yes. Okay. There was something recently about seeing them after, I don't know, maybe after the premiere of the last show or something like that. I dig that combo. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm for that. I like her. You don't like Jennifer Aniston?
No. I like Jennifer Aniston. I like them separately.
Oh, you don't want. I mean,
She's not a good pairing for him. Absolutely not.
I like it.
She's too vanilla. She's too boring. There's nothing like interesting about her anymore. She always does the morning show.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I love the morning show.
I do too.
Love that show.
It's
I
great.
like her. I think she's
fine.
calm and peaceful in a way that I could never be. But I also think there's like something spicy about her when she has like the opportunity to kind of be a little sassy.
She does lotion commercials, Doria.
I mean, she should at her age. I would at my age. Like, what else am I gonna sling you? No one wants to see me do anything else.
Pedro Pascal wears thigh-high boots. I do not see
So
him
they can
pair
share.
well with a lotion advertisement.
See, I don't think she is.
She's boring.
No, I don't think she. I love how you think she's boring. I don't think she's boring. I think she is peaceful. I think he's probably a very peaceful individual too. So I think they would probably vibe. Neither one of them is going to be super dramatic. I don't think either one of them would want to be with someone dramatic.
No, but he's like sensual. I can see it in his eyes. He's like, ooh.
I mean, I think that, first of all, I think a lot of guys would think, and women would think, that Jennifer Aniston is gorgeous.
She is gorgeous. She's
and definitely
stunning.
But I think she's also sexual in some of her roles too. I don't know what she's like in real life, but
in what role?
What was it? Bad Bosses? She's literally like sexually harassing her
her
subordinate
person.
Yeah, she's been in a ton of roles like that. I like that she plays the whole I'm cute and I'm quirky, but I'm not an asshole role.
No, I love that. Like I do. I think she's fantastic. But do I think it's a pair? Absolutely not. Get away from my man.
I mean, to be fair, that's how I felt about Eva Longoria and, Ryan Gosling, but I had no say in that.
I strangely like them though.
Well,
wait, Eva Mendes.
Eva Mendes, sorry. Yes, yeah. Eva Mendes and Ryan Gosling. Yeah, no. I mean, they're happy, which is great, but no.
Interesting. Do you want him to end up with Rachel McAdams?
Oh,
like an entire generation.
I wouldn't have been mad about that. I mean, they were super cute together. There are some people who just have such good on-screen chemistry.
Yeah.
That it's like, could it actually translate to on-screen chemistry?
Like Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell and all the rumors circling around why her engagement has been called off.
I have not seen anything about this.
Yeah, so Sydney Sweeney was engaged. Apparently it's been called off. She's been doing her thing. But she's also been spotted with good old Glenn Powell. Who, if you've seen, what is it, Anyone But You, I think was the movie they were in together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cute.
Their chemistry was off the charts. It was absurd. And people talked about it. And I'm like, I feel like, see, they make sense. They match. I love them. And I love Glenn Powell. Oh, man.
See, I want same, but different. I want like they're both chill, but he can be kind of wacky in one way and she can be wacky in a different way, but it's not the same kind.
See, it just...
I think it's just because it's him. I think if it's anybody else, he'd be like,
I'm very protective of my man.
Okay, well, I don't know. Might be her man. So, I'm just saying.
Excuse you.
I mean, they might have defined the relationship already. He might not be available anymore.
I'll tell him when he's not available.
She does. Brittany will inform Pedro Pascal when he is available.
If you're listening.
Oh my gosh, a comedian that I follow on him on Instagram. He's probably on TikTok too, but Yuli, oh my gosh, Pedro Pascal, he has done posts about, and he followed him back yesterday or today, and it was like, good for you. That to me is like peak, I don't know, achievement on social media. That's funny.
So he's active on social media is what you're saying.
Yes, he is.
Those DMs are open, technically.
I mean, at least the mentions are.
We better get a good screenshot of this episode, Doria. Hold on, I got to adjust.
We'll just call this Pedro Pascal, ? Are you out there?
Brittany's engaged?
I mean... Oh my gosh. Okay, so I really feel like the podcast has shifted to finding Brittany a person.
Oh God.
It's like Love is Blind, Pedro Pascal.
God, that just makes me sound so sad and desperate. I like how we started this with like, I'm retiring, but I'm also like, let me slide into his DMs real quick.
I mean, I think everybody comes out retirement for the right things, right? Like Hayao Miyazaki came out of retirement to do 2 more movies after he did. There are athletes that do.
It's
Like,
true.
it's never for it's never
Tom
Nicolas
Brady has come out of
Cage.
retirement a
Oh,
million
no,
times.
he needs to stay in retirement.
Oh, he absolutely does.
Massachusetts says stay in retirement, stay in Florida and just retire. You snowbird. Nope.
Oh, nope. I think I'm happily retired for the time being. They're fun stories, but I don't have the I was talking about this with someone who I went on a date with, but we decided to be friends, and it's great. Like, he's a fantastic friend.
Love that.
But we were talking about it, and I mentioned I'm retired. He's like, I think I'm taking a step back too. He's like, I just don't know if I care enough. I'm like, I do not care about anyone or getting to know anyone more than my lawn right now.
That works.
I just no, my lawn is so important to me. It's my baby.
I mean, if you think about it, we don't need to be married anymore in order to procreate, right? Like, people aren't like dying unless you really want to be a mom or a dad, parent of any kind. Like, most people don't feel like they are compelled to, right? And then on top of that, you can financially take care of yourself. So you'd really need to want the match and the companionship. And if you don't do it, because relationships are so much work.
Nope.
So much work.
Too much work. You know what else is a lot of work?
What?
My lawn. And you know what looks beautiful and doesn't breathe heavily when I'm falling asleep?
Oh, God.
My lawn.
If your lawn starts breathing while you sleep,
I got issues.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, on that note, it's probably time to wrap things up.
Yeah, this was unhinged. This was a messy one.
All of our episodes are unhinged. I love it. I think other people are responding into it too. And if not, then I don't know. It is what it is, right? Yep. Bye, as I said earlier. All right. Well, don't forget to like and subscribe if we haven't offended you to 5-3 Podcast. We're on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. We release new episodes every Wednesday, except for when we occasionally take a break. Let us know if Pedro Pascal is available or not, and maybe Brittany will hop in those DMs or start mentioning. Yeah, there you go. All right. We'll see you next week. We will tag him for sure.
Bye.
Bye.